Well, hello my dears, this is Sarah from sheholdsdearly.com, and today is the first video of the month, which is always styling thrifted finds. And I'm going to go ahead and dive into the Christmas season and get you all excited about what to look for your Christmas decorations. Now, before I get started though, I want to tell you that I'm doing this in conjunction with my sweet friend Sherry from Canterbury Cottage. If you do not follow her, I think you are missing out. She is the most resourceful woman I know, actually. I look at what she does and my mind is blown. What she can do with a scrap of fabric, with an old porch light from the thrift store. I just think she has this amazing ability to see value and potential in just about anything. So I originally heard about Canterbury Cottage from a couple of students in my design school. And she had just, I believe, put out the video about her Magnolia dupes. So she bought, I don't know, 10 items from Magnolia and then brought them home and then recreated them for just a couple dollars a piece. And I was blown away. And I've been following her ever since. She is a former English teacher, so she's a natural teacher. She explains things extremely well. And she also shows like what she did wrong, what she kind of wishes she would have done different, what she was learning as she was going along. And I really appreciate people like that. I love her hair. I love her clothes. I love her glasses. If you see me like start to look more like Sherry, that's what's going on, is I'm like fangirling over Sherry. So she has a fantastic YouTube channel. She has an antique booth where I think she makes a lot of the things that she makes for the channel, then she puts them in her booth. Just a good idea. And then her recent stuff is all Christmassy. So Christmas ornaments, Christmas gifts are decorating today, and a Christmas village that she made. Anyway, check her out. I really think you're gonna love her. Okay, now into what I've been finding lately. I found one of these nubby white blankets. I already had one, they're from IKEA, but I found this one. I think I paid about $5 for this. So now I've got two of them, and I love how they look like snow. So we're gonna do something with these. And then I got this second blanket, which I did show earlier, but it's coming back for the Christmas edition because I think it looks better with the Christmas edition. This is an $80 Pottery Barn blanket. It has a monogram of M on it, which my maiden name was Manchester, so I was fine with the M. And I just loved how it's super soft. It feels like cashmere. And it kind of has a scarf feel to it with this trim. I paid $5 for this. Okay, next I found some little metal houses. And I paid $1.80 for each box. I found 2 boxes. I grabbed them out of the craft aisle at Goodwill. And I've got an idea with these little guys. It looks like they were originally from the dollar, like maybe the $5 dollar spot at Target. I'm gonna turn these into tiny gingerbread houses. I probably paid too much for this, $5, but I love a good Starbucks mug. This thing is heavy, it has a real classic look to it. I'm delving into doing a little bit more reds this year. You know, I kind of shy away from them, but I have enough that I feel like it'll look good. Then I found some upholstery fabric along the lines of, you know, using some red. I really liked how kind of retro this looked, and it's heavy. I love the little pattern on that. It has a kind of a brocade feel to it. I think I'll make a couple pillows with this. $2.99. And this might be my very favorite find of all. I love white poinsettias, but as you know, and I get a lot of flack for this, I like them to be faux so that I don't have to throw them away. I don't have to buy them again. I'm okay with faux plants in my house. Not in my garden, just my house. But this was $3. This would have probably been $80. If I tried to buy them last year, I tried to source them online and I was really frustrated because they were so expensive. $3. And to wash your faux plants or flowers, you can dip them in a sink with soapy water. This one was so big that I filled my bathtub with some dish soap and water and then swirled it. You just hold it upside down and you swirl it in that water and then rinse it and let it dry, air dry. Okay, and you know I'm gonna say it, I found some books. So I paid 50 cents for each of these. If they had more interesting spine, that would have been even a better find. So grab ones that have a really good spine on them. Like maybe like if this had also had green on it, that would have been extra awesome. And then I found this book, a really big green book for 50 cents. In fact, that's kind of my go-to is when I'm at a garage sale and they're like, are you looking for anything? I always go, oh yes, I'm looking for linen books. And it kind of like keeps them busy. In fact, they usually run in their house and try to find some. And then I can shop in peace. Some other things I found were some interesting containers, which I would like to turn into candles. Maybe as gifts, maybe for myself. This one is engraved. It almost looks like it's from India or something, but so I paid, I think 10 cents for this. I have 2 of these. I have to find the other one by the end of this video. Just really old tin. This is from a garage sale. This is an old English tea tin. Super cute, 25 cents I paid for this. I'm gonna make some peppermint candles with these. And this is an old jelly glass jar. I paid $2 for this, that was a little more, but I figured when you even it all out with the others, it's still okay. Find one with a really great lid and you're good to go. Okay, and lastly, I already took off the really ugly bow that was on here. I probably should have left it on to like give you more of the feel for how it was transformed. Had a really bad bow on it that didn't go with it at all, but I paid $2 for this wreath, and once I took that bow off, I figured, you know what, this looks so Victorian, and I really love how it goes with everything else I've got in my collection this year. All right, so let's get started. We've got some pillows to make, some candles to make, some little gingerbread houses to make, and lots of styling. I've been working on this space, and I ended up actually putting all of it right here in this cozy window seat. So first of all, I went ahead and turned my little containers into candles. So you take soy wax, I do a pound at a time, and then I heat it over a water bath, and then I wait till it gets to 160 Fahrenheit, and that's when you mix in the oils. Really slowly. Put 2 ounces of scent in, and I like using essential oils, so I used a peppermint. And then I let them cool a little bit and I pour them into my containers. So that actually worked really well for the tea tin. The little gold ones were leaking, and so I had to nix that. I'm gonna try to clean them and use them for something else because I still really like them, but they don't make good candles. So you will run into that sometimes, sorry to say. Then for my poinsettia, I started to really notice how cheap the plastic wrap was that it was sitting, or how cheap it looked. And so I found another container for it. I put it in a vintage basket, the little handles, and I like how that looks a lot better. I pulled over a little table that I had gotten that last spring at a garage sale and painted it green, and I really like just the 2-tone greens that I have going on here with the Christmas look. Got my books on the table, little book on the window seat. I ended up using this upholstery fabric and making some pillows, and I love this fabric. I just love how expensive they look, actually. For like $3, I have new pillows. In fact, I like them so much that I have enough to make 2 lumbar pillows. And if I don't do the back, I'm thinking of taking them apart and making 4 pillows out of them and then putting something cheaper on the back so that I can have the expensive fabric on the front and get the most mileage out of it that way. So I'm just really liking it. And I just am loving the little block print look. If you saw my pleated curtains recently, you'll know what I mean. I love the little, just the little simple floral look, just repeated over and over. And that's kind of what we have here. I decided to layer both blankets together. I liked the contrast of the 2 textures, and it just was super fluffy and cozy looking. I love white blankets. I love white pillows. I love sheepskin. I love them in the winter for decorating because they look like snow. Okay, then up behind me, I ended up hanging the wreath. I kind of had to fluff it up a little bit. You always have to style things after you pull them out of storage. And then I felt like it did need a new bow, so I had some of this satin ribbon, easily wired it on there. And last but not least, I took these little houses, and you'll see these everywhere. These little metal houses are very trendy. They're almost too trendy in my mind. They're not vintage enough to me. I just see them too often. So I thought it would be fun to turn them into a little gingerbread house. I spray painted it with a Rust-Oleum nutmeg is what I use. And you could get more of a red brown if you want. I haven't decided if I feel like this looks enough like gingerbread house. I might go change some of the last ones to a little bit darker color. But then we took a white paint pen and just did some detailing on it. I am going to use them as little ornaments, basically, to use. Actually, they would look cute on a tree. They would. But for now, I've got them as part of my gift wrapping ideas. And next month, when we do Styling Thrifted Finds, I'm gonna do a whole video on gifts that you can find thrifted, and then gift wrap, different ways to do presentation that looks really nice but isn't expensive. So you can look forward to that in December. All right, that is it for this month's Styling Thrifted Finds. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to head over to Sherry's Canterbury Cottage. She always has a really amazing video. She works very hard. And I just know you'll love what she came up with too. So if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so I can send you more videos on how to make interior design easy. All right, take care. I'll talk to you soon.